This week is Hub Sunday, and so as we take our normal break from our series in Romans, this week we are going to talk about hope. Now, the easiest thing for me to do would be to ask you something like, what do you hope for? Maybe you hope for good health, or maybe you hope for a raise, or maybe that somebody might like you, or whatever. Maybe that you don't get COVID. And that's all well and good, but that is a modern definition of hope. It's not really a biblical definition of hope. When we talk about hope and those ideas, we're talking about wishing. I wish this to be true, or I wish that would not be true. But biblical hope is so much more than that. And I think we really need to reclaim what hope is. So this week, I'm going to share two different stories. I'm really going to focus on one, but our scripture reading will be a story about a woman in Mark chapter 5 who found hope. Now, Jesus said, it is your faith that has saved you. And so I want to make sure that we're clear that faith and hope are very much interrelated. And faith requires obedience, and thus hope requires action. And that's the big difference that I want to make a point of this week, is that it's not just about wishing for something and not having any control of it, but true hope means that we will function, that we will act in some way. The story that I want to talk about is also a well-known story. It's one I preached on a few years ago when we were going through Jesus' life through the book of Mark. I'm going to look at it from Luke's passage just for one little distinction. And I'm going to teach it a little bit differently than I normally would, but this is the story of the paralyzed man who his friends helped him to come before Jesus and to be healed. And so what I want to show is that hope is real. That hope can be real, but the way we view hope today is that the biblical idea of hope has been pushed aside. And we need to reclaim that. And as we do reclaim that, we can show what a true difference true hope can bring, not just for today, but as these two stories show, can last far beyond our own lives and encourage and inspire others as well. I'll see you Sunday.